Angelic Ingenious Supplies.
What's up, Spikes? Welcome back to another Spike Feeders episode. Today we got something extra special because we're heading into Duskmourn. That's right, we got Duskmourn precons. We just want to say thank you so much to Wizards of the Coast for sponsoring this episode today. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. They were so generous and they have made us produce this content for you via a contract. So if you'd like to make sure that we get more contracts like that in the future, make sure you go down below this video. You hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, you hit the comment button, then you type something in there like, wow, I really love Spike Feeders content. And then you share it to your friends who also do that same thing. Please. Thank you. Anyway, we also want to thank our channel sponsor, as always, Gamegenic, and, of course, Burrito Splendido for feeding the spikes. Today, we're playing precons, and I'm terrible at rolling dice, so Bill gets to go first.
Yes, I do. And I am terrified. And also Bill. Today, we are going to be playing Duskmourn. I'm actually really excited for this. I'm a big fan of old horror movies, so this is right up my alley. And today, I'm going to be playing the Death Toll deck headed by Winter Cynical Opportunist. So this is a black-green, a Golgari, Graveyard Matters, Reanimate sort of deck. Winter allows you to mill 3 cards whenever you attack, and also reanimate things with finality counters. So I'm really excited to put just big fat fatties into play and scare you all to death. Ooh.
Large man.
What's up, Spikes? Jim here. Today I am playing Zimone, Mystery Unraveler. The deck's name is Jump Scare. This deck is a landfall deck, and once a turn, whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, I'm going to get to Manifest Dread. That's a new mechanic. We're going to get into it the first time it happens in the game.
Sorry. I'm Jan, and today I am playing Endless Punishment. And that's not why I'm here. It's going to be a joy. Well, we'll see. But it's a Rakdos Life Loss deck that's held up by Valgavoth, Horror of Souls. He's just a big old demon boy that punishes, well, not punishes. He gets bigger the more my opponents spend life on their turns. I'm going to also be spending their life on my turn, but on their turn as well.
You're going to spend my life?
I'm going to spend your life and Bill's life. Maybe not Alex's life. I don't think his small heart can take it.
That's true.
Whoa! You have a new reinforced...
Yeah, Jim, I haven't had any engineering done.
No third-party heart
This is raw.
No buttressing or whatever they did in there.
You see, the thing is you always hear about flying buttresses, but never swimming buttresses.
Right, this one actually is a flample buttress.
It is.
No, it doesn't have trample.
It's got ward pay 2 life. So if you want to kill him on your turn, it's going to get him a counter too.
Well, I don't want to kill him on my turn. What I want to do is I want to work some miracles with the Miracle Worker deck. That's headed up by Aminatou, Veil Piercer. This commander is in the Esper colors, and what we're trying to do is we're going to be surveilling at our upkeep to help us decide what we draw. Because all of my enchantment cards have Miracle 4. That means I can pay, or I guess not Miracle 4, Miracle for 4 less than they actually cost. So that means if it's the first card I draw each turn, I can cast it right away for very cheap. And hopefully that'll give me enough value to kill all of my friends.
I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be, against this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, are we?
He's the unknowable demon. We're just kids.
It sounds like you might be a cynical opportunist.
I'm going to take this opportunity to draw our opening hands.
Yeah, sounds
and
great.
to crack into our Gamegenic Squires. All right, I'm going to kick us off by drawing a card for my turn. I'm going to play my favorite land creature, Dash Forest Dryad. I'm going to play Dryad Arbor as my land for the turn.
That's in the precon?
It is in the precon.
That's a sweet.
It's green.
Sick.
I'll pass.
Do you have a Dryad Arbor?
No.
How do you know it's green?
It has a color indicator.
Oh.
Well, this is also green. Doesn't have a color indicator. It's a Vine Glimmer Snarl. I will choose to not reveal.
Write that down.
Nobody write anything down.
Oh, okay.
Not pass.
Well, I'm going to draw a card, and I am going to write something down. And nobody can stop me. Because I'm going to play this Bloodfell Caves, and I'm going to gain a life.
Yeah, we do have to...
Opposite of what I plan to be doing.
Everybody write that down.
Everybody write that down. And I'll pass.
Draw a card. Oh, I'm going to reveal Redress Fate for its miracle cost, and then not cast it.
I was really hoping the first card you drew this game was a miracle.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
Just setting the tone.
It's not sad at all.
Establishing dominance.
Looking for a miracle.
I'm not disappointed. We're going to then play Thriving Isle in tapped mode. This is going to be able to tap for white as an addition.
Face up defense mode.
Yeah, pass.
All right. I will draw a card. I'm going to play this Temple of My Lady and scry one. I'm going to leave that on top, actually. I'm going to move to combat because I have a land creature. I'm going to attack Jan for 1.
That's fair.
Go down to 40.
Go down to 40.
Stay there. I'll pass.
Get equalized, nerd. Draw a card. I'm going to play this Castle Vantress tapped and pass.
All right, I'm going to untap. I'm going to play this swamp, and because Bill has reminded me he has a creature.
Oh, no.
It's not even a good one. I'm going to cast this Talisman of Indulgence.
Ooh.
Pass. I can hurt myself now.
We'll play a Plains as our land for turn. Tap 1, tap 2. Arcane Signet. Ooh. Yes. Impressive. Very good. Pass the turn.
Yes. Untap and draw. I'm going to play this Swamp, and then I'm going to tap for 3 to play this Nyx Weaver. So this is a 2/3 with reach. At the beginning of my upkeep, I mill 2 cards, and then I can pay some stuff and exile it from my, or I can exile it to return target card from my graveyard to my hand. I'll pass.
Oh, neat. Untap, draw a card. I will play this Overflowing Basin. I'm going to tap 3 and cast this Yavimaya Elder. And I'll pass.
Very cool. All right, I'm going to untap. I'm going to play this Tainted Peak, and then let's cast an Arcane Signet.
What?
Yeah, we're going to play some new cards. Not these ones. These are old cards. Tap for colorless. Tap for a red and a black. I'm going to cast Theater of Horrors.
Oh.
At the beginning of my upkeep, exile the top card of my library. During my turn, if an opponent lost life this turn, you may play lands and cast spells from among the cards exiled with Theater of Horrors. So specifically, not just the one you just exiled, anything exiled.
Yes.
By.
Oh, okay.
And then I can pay 3 and a red. Theater of Horrors deals 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker.
Cool.
I'd say not the best rate I've ever seen. That's pretty good. I'm going to tap Arcane Signet for blue to cast Brainstorm.
Okay.
And Brainstorm will resolve. Jan, anything else on your turn?
No.
All right, we're going to untap, upkeep, and draw. It's that thing I put there. A swamp is my land for turn. Tap 1, 2, 3, 4. Aminatou, Veil Piercer.
That's a commander. Remind me what it does?
It says at the beginning of my upkeep, Surveil 2. That's, look at the top 2, put some into the graveyard, back on top in any order. Each enchantment card in my hand has Miracle. Its Miracle cost is equal to its mana cost, reduced by 4.
So now if you draw a card, it's in your hand when Miracle triggers.
Correct.
Right? Okay, cool.
So basically what happens is I draw the card. The second it comes off of my library, it's considered in my hand.
Right.
I have to maintain it separate from my hand to prove to the rest of you that it is, in fact, the first card I've drawn this turn.
Good.
Which then, if it is an enchantment, I can flip it up and be like, oh my gosh, look at how this accidentally happened.
Good. Everybody keep track of that. If it touches his hand, call a judge.
Yes.
Please do.
I have one on speed dial.
I'm right here, Jen.
Aren't the 3 of you?
Pass the turn.
All right. I'm going to untap. During my upkeep, I will mill 2 cards from Nyx Weaver. That'll be a Night's Whisper and a Hornet Queen.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm going to draw this card. I'm going to tap 3 here. And I'm going to play Grist the Hunger Tide. So as long as he's not on the battlefield, he's a 1/1 insect creature. Tragically, he is on the battlefield. I'm going to +1 him to create a 1/1 black and green insect token and then mill a card. If I mill an insect this way, Obnixilis, not an insect, he gets another loyalty counter. So he's just going to stay at 4. Then for my land for the turn, I'm going to play this Golgari Rot Farm, bouncing this swamp back to my hand. Then I'm not going to attack anybody because I want to protect my Gristy boy. So I'm going to pass.
Okay. Untap. I'll draw a card. Well, I drew this last turn, and it's like honestly incredible right now. I'm going to tap 3 and cast Trigon Predator.
Oh no.
This is a 2/3 with flying. Whenever it connects with a player, I can destroy target artifact or enchantment that player controls. And there are so many artifacts and enchantments in play right now.
That is true.
So I think I'm just going to pass.
All right, well, I'll untap, and I will trigger Theater of Horrors, exiling Rakdos, Lord of Riots.
Thematic.
Thematic. We're going to put it right here.
Cool.
I'm glad that you can't cast him until someone's lost life, and also can't cast him until someone's lost life.
Yeah, it's efficient that way.
Valuable.
Then I'll draw for the turn. I'll play Witch's Clinic, and then I don't want my enchantments blown up by this Trigon Predator, so I would like to tap 4 to cast Valgavoth, Harrower of Souls. So flying, ward, pay 2 life, and whenever an opponent loses life for the first time during each of their turns, put a 1/1 counter on Valgavoth, Harrower of Souls, and draw a card. And you know what? I'll also make a black and cast a Blood Artist. And then I'll pass turn.
Right on. Untap. During my upkeep, I'm going to Surveil 2. I'm going to put this on top and Orzhov Basilica into my graveyard. Then I'm going to draw a card for the turn. I will Miracle Reveal Bottomless Pool / Locker Room. Bottomless Pool says when you unlock this door, return up to 1 target creature to its owner's hand, and whenever 1 or more creatures you deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. I'm going to cast it for its Bottomless Pool side.
Okay.
So when this enters, Locker Room is still locked, and Bottomless Pool will unlock.
Thematic.
When it unlocks, I can unlock it and return up to 1 target Trigon Predator
That's
to Jim's hand.
I'm never going to forgive you for that. I'm
That's
end your
okay.
career on my turn.
I've never had a career, so it seems fine. And then I'm going to proceed to my actual turn. I'm going to play Thriving More, also choosing white as the other color for it. Then I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3 for Burnished Heart. Then I believe I'm going to pass the turn.
Playing a locked locker room reminds me of that uncard that's like whenever you counter a spell that has counters or whenever you put a counter on it.
Yeah. I think it's called ambiguity. All right. I'm going to untap. During my upkeep, I will mill 2 cards from Nyx Weaver. It'll be a Forest and a Carrion Grub. Then I will draw a card. I'm going to play the Swamp as my land for the turn. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to play Ishkana, Graph Widow. Ishkana is a 3/5 with reach and delirium. When Ishkana enters, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in my graveyard, I create 3 1/2 green spider creature tokens with reach. I currently have sorcery, creature, land, planeswalker. And Ishkana makes me 3 spiders. Then I'm going to +1 Grist. I will create a 1/1 another insect here and mill a card. That'll be a Tree of Tails. That's an artifact as well. Delirium extremely online. Unfortunately, not an insect.
Delirious.
That I'm not gonna do anything. The board's getting a little bit clogged here, so I'm just gonna pass the turn.
Okay. I'll untap for my turn 4 because I just got time locked last turn. I'm just going to main phase sack this Yavimaya Elder. Okay, so I'm going to get a forest and an island to my hand.
So I have a Blood Artist trigger. And in order to trigger my Valgavoth, it has to be whoever's turn it is has to lose life as an opponent. So Jim, unfortunately, I'm going to ping you for 1.
Okay, I'll go to
I will
39.
gain 1. It gets a +1 + counter, and I draw a card.
Okay, and then on the resolution of Yavimaya Elder's ability, I will also draw a card. I'm going to play a forest as my land for turn. And I'm going to move to discard, discarding Scabruinator, everybody be cool. Cackling Counterpart, everybody be cool. And Trigon Predator. 2 of those 3 cards I can cast from my graveyard. And I'm just going to pass.
He's not going to tell us which ones. Yeah. I'm going to untap. Upkeep, trigger Theater of Horrors. Mountain. Put it over here. And then draw for the turn. Well, I'm going to move to combat. And I'm actually going to attack Alex.
Yeah, that seems right.
Okay. So Alex takes 5. All right. Theater of Horrors online. I will now play this mountain as my land for turn, and I will read Rakdos.
That's fair.
That's a game action right there.
That's fair. It's been a while since he's been.
I mean, been a while, but I will cast Rakdos.
Very nice.
And I believe that is enough of the correct colored mana. All right, so that is Rakdos cast. And then, because the dual color Rakdos hits keep coming, I'm going to cast this Mogus, God of Slaughter, for 2, because Rakdos reduces it by 5. And I will also take a pain because of Talisman.
Yes.
So I'll go 40. So, Mogus, God of Slaughter, is online, ironically. My devotion is much greater than 7. And at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Mogus deals 2 damage to that player unless they sacrifice a creature. Synergy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Pass turn.
All right. In my upkeep, I will choose not to sacrifice a creature.
Alex go to 33. I will put a trigger or counter on my commander and draw a card.
Sounds good. I'm going to surveil too. I'm going to surveil this swamp into the graveyard and this back on top. Oh, let's move through my untap step probably. Oh, untap this room. And then we're going to draw a card. I'm not going to reveal it.
Just at all?
That all?
Okay.
Ever.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
Time wipe.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
Return a creature I control to its owner's hand. Then destroy all creatures. Effects.
No.
Nope.
Nothing.
All right, I will return Aminatou to my hand.
Okay.
Okay. How many creatures are dying? Because I have a Blood Artist.
I had, apologies. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8, 9, 10, and Mogus is indestructible.
Yes.
Okay.
So 10 damage.
Alex,
Ah, my face.
that's
Woof.
your...
That's a good punishment.
That's your penance.
yeah.
I'll go to
Alex
23.
is 23.
Time wipe resolves. Guys, I don't have my commander in my hand. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'll pass my turn.
Oh. Dryad Arbor's a creature.
Oh,
Dryad Arbor also died.
Not
Blood
anymore.
Artist.
you know what? Pay the Blood Artist tax.
Dang.
For forgetting.
I will then move to my untap. Upkeep. Nyx Weaver is not in play. Rest in peace. We miss you so. I do believe there is another upkeep trigger, however.
Yes, Mogus.
Yes.
So you're at 37?
Yes. I will draw for my turn. Actually, very good. Okay. I'm going to +1 Grist to make an insect. He is back. He is thriving. Very demure.
Very demure.
I will mill Demolisher Spawn. 7 mana, 7/7 with Trample and Haste. And other attacking creatures get +4/+4 if I have Delirium. Oh
That's
my
okay. It's a Golgari deck.
God.
We're never going to see it
Never
again.
seeing that
Never
card.
going to see it again.
Ever again.
That's going to be a big insect.
I'm going to play this Grim Backwoods as my land for the turn. I think I'm just going to be casting my commander, Winter Cynical Opportunist. So Winter is a 2/5 with Death Touch. With whenever she attacks, mill 3 cards. And at the beginning of my end step, I may exile any number of cards from my graveyard with 4 or more card types from among them. If I do, I put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it. I will move to the end of my turn and trigger Winter. All right, so with Winter, I'm going to exile a Planeswalker, an artifact, a land, and a creature. I would like to put Hornet Queen onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So when Hornet Queen enters, I will make 4 1/1 green insects with Flying and Death Touch.
Huh.
Then I'll pass the turn.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to recover from a time wipe.
That's pretty good.
And Hornet Queen, of course, has a finality counter on it.
Okay.
And I'll pass to you.
Okay. I'm going to untap. I'll draw a card. And I think I'm going to tap 4 and cast my commander, Zimone. Mystery Unraveler. That's a 3/3 legendary creature human wizard. Once a turn, this landfall is going to trigger, and it's going to manifest Dread. That's a new mechanic in this set. Basically what that means is I'm going to look at the top 2, especially because I have a land to play. It's a Flooded Grove. I'm going to look at the top 2. I'm going to pick one of these. One of these is going to get manifested. The other one's going to my graveyard.
Cool.
I think I'm going to... This is really good.
When can we organize a poker night, please? I need money.
We're going to manifest that. I'm going to pitch Rampant Growth to my graveyard.
Jim gets aces.
And that it's fine. It's probably nothing. And I'm just going to pass.
All right. Cool turns all around. We did miss Mogus's trigger on Jim's turn.
Oh, I'll take 2.
Yeah.
True.
I had no options. So.
Yeah, I say it's not quite relevant. It'd be relevant.
Hold on, let me say the worst words you can ever say to a judge. It's not a May ability.
It's not a May.
No, I'm just gonna throw this in. Don't even want it anymore. Trigger Theater Horrors.
Yes.
Mountain. I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
Draw for turn. Mountain. Well, I starting to get envious of Bill and Jim, so I'm gonna recast my commander because I don't want it to die again. Well, again's not the, but I'm gonna cast this Lightning Reeves.
Oh, okay.
I would like to equip.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got
I
it.
got the shoes.
Yeah, if you didn't have all these Death Touch flyers, I was going to attack Grist, but
Touch
Yeah.
flyers.
Death Touch flyers
I got a lot of them too.
Yeah.
What are those?
And I'm just going to pass the turn.
Oh, okay. Okay. We're gonna untap. Upkeep.
Trigger
I have
bonus.
nothing to do. I go to 21. Oh no.
This is why it's much more important.
Yeah.
Plus one counter, draw a card.
Draw a card, yeah. I'll draw my own card. Oh, I'm going to play Island as my land for turn. We'll pay 1, 2, 3, 4 for Aminatou, Veil Piercer.
She's back.
Then we're going to tap for blue to cast Ponder. I'm going to look at the top 3 cards of my library, then put them back in any order. I may shuffle and draw a card.
What are you thinking about?
Nothing. I'm going to put them back like this and then draw a card.
Is it a miracle?
That wouldn't be the first card I've drawn this
I
turn.
know. That's why I'm
Would be
trying
the
to help you
second
out.
card.
Oh, so I shouldn't have put this miracle.
No.
Man, I screwed up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Judge.
no.
Okay.
I'm already judging myself enough. Pass the turn.
All right. I will untap.
Upkeep. Mogus.
I'm gonna sack this insect token.
That's fair.
He's done his job. Then I have no other upkeep triggers. I will draw a card. For my land for the turn, I'm gonna play this Jungle Hollow. I'm gonna gain a life, going to 38. Then I'm gonna take up Grist to mill a card. Insect. Demon.
Close.
I will make this guy. He's back. Can't get rid of him for long.
Is that a new card?
Demonic Covenant, yes. Demonic Covenant is a 6 mana, 4 black, kindred enchantment demon. Whenever one or more demons I control attack a player, I draw a card and lose a life. At the beginning of my end step, I create a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying, then mill 2 cards. If two cards that share all of their card types were milled this way, I sacrifice it.
Question. On Winter's ability, does it require you to remove 4 cards or just 4 card types among cards?
Any number of cards from my graveyard with 4 or more card types among them.
Oh, so this counts for 2.
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's the Baba Lysaga wording. It's
Also, technically, yeah, that.
It's okay. I doubled up on land so I
artifact,
really, yeah. It's okay. I will be playing that correctly from now on. That is insanely good.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. I'm going to tap this Grim Backwoods for a colorless. I'm going to play this Haywire Might.
Ooh.
Don't
hey.
look at him being a non-creature enchantment currently.
It exiles too, hey?
Do we?
It exiles.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I'm going to tap this Swamp to cast this Stitcher's Supplier.
Ooh.
And I will mill 3. That'll be a Viridescent Bog, a Swamp, and a Bajuka Bog. All just swamp.
Your Bajuka Bog.
I'm just surveilling real quick.
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
Just real quick.
just gonna snag that real quick.
I think I care the most about blocking. Attacking for 1 does not feel as good as killing a 6/6 with a single dude. So I'm just going to move to the end of my turn. I'm going to trigger Winter. I do have 4 or more card types in my graveyard, but I'm going to get rid of this Demonic Covenant as a kindred enchantment, as well as this Demolisher Spawn as an enchantment creature, and then a land as the 4th card type. I'm going to put this Demolisher Spawn into play.
Enchantment twice.
Enchantment twice.
Enchantment twice. So this is a 7 mana 7/7 with Trample and Haste, and whenever it attacks, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in my graveyard, other attacking creatures get +4/+4 until end of turn.
4 is a big number.
Oh dear.
Yes. He has a finality counter on him, though.
Sure does.
So I will pass.
Okay. I'll untap.
Jim, could you handle your brother, please?
Yeah.
Card, no.
Mogus.
Yes, I will take 2. 35.
Draw a card.
I'm going to play a forest as my land for turn. Triggers Zimone.
Yes.
So I will manifest Dread. I will put this one into play manifested and a forest in my graveyard. So we'll manifest that. Then I'm going to do something interesting, I think. I'm going to tap 4.
Okay. Interested.
And I'm going to cast Disorienting Choice. This is a new card. For each opponent, choose up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. For each permanent chosen this way, its controller may exile it. Then, if 1 or more of the chosen permanents are still on the battlefield, I search my library for up to that many land cards, put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle.
It's
So
not that disorienting.
I will choose the Demolisher Spawn. I'm going to choose Mogus. And I'm going to choose your door. Yeah.
I feel like this is important to me, so you can have a land.
Okay, that's 1 land. Okay, that's 1 land.
You can have another land.
Ooh, 2 lands,
I want my
baby.
Demolisher Spawn.
Okay, I'm going to search for 2 lands. Just lands.
Just straight up lands.
Do they come in tapped or
They come in
untapped?
tapped, yeah.
Okay. Whew.
So I'm going to search for 2 lands. Okay, so Disorienting Choice is going to resolve. I'm going to get Temple of the False God into play tapped, as well as Mosswort Bridge. And I'm going to have 3 triggers. 2 from Zimone. That's going to turn 2 of my permanents face up because it's not the first time it's resolved.
That's what that does.
Yeah, the first time it resolves each turn, I manifest, and subsequent times that it triggers, I turn face down, permanents face up. So I have 3 triggers. I have turn these 2 face up as well as hideaway. So I'm going to resolve the hideaway first.
Because that's less exciting.
Yeah. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, less exciting until he flips up 10 power worth of dudes and casts whatever he's about to hide away.
I'm going to do this.
to untap it.
Look, Alex. What do you think the odds are that I'm going to flip up 10 power worth of creatures?
I'm going to go with 99.99999%.
I would like to flip up a Rixmacies as well as Beanstalk.
God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You flipped up 20 power worth of creatures.
What do you think the odds are?
What do you think the odds are? 200%.
Actually, no. The odds of him flipping 10 power was 0 because it was 20.
It's true.
It was 20.
I did not flip 10 power.
That's true.
It was
Neither of
50-50.
those,
That's
neither,
slander. You'll be hearing from my lawyers.
neither of those are 10. It's 12 and 8.
Combat.
God.
Oh, it doesn't even have...
It's existed in play.
12 you.
Oh my God.
Jen goes to 39.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pass the turn.
What a turn! See, this is why you guys got to exile your enchantments.
So.
Oh.
Holy...
All right. Well, let's trigger Theater of Horrors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karavak the Merciless.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, that card's good.
Yeah, he's a house.
Extremely good.
I kind of want to play that card. I'll play this Swamp for the turn. And then as much as I want to play this Karavak the Merciless, I think I need blockers.
Why would you say that?
Because everyone's picking on me now.
Jan.
I'm gonna cast as Gleeful Arsonist. I don't know if this is new or not, but whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, Gleeful Arsonist deals damage equal to its power to that player.
Okay.
It has Undying. It is just a lowly 1/2.
I see.
And then I think I'm going to play something that's a fair bit more well-known and less liked in the form of a Brash Taunter.
That's a good blocker.
That's a very good blocker.
Hi, Rexmithies.
Well, I guess it got in once.
And then I'm going to equip the Lightning Greaves to the Brash Taunter.
Oh, protect him.
I think it needs to stay a while.
Does it need to listen, though?
No. Have you looked at... This is not the face of someone who listens.
True.
Ah, the golden bird of William.
And then I'm just going to pass the turn. Keep my blockers up.
Sounds good. I'm going to untap, and during my upkeep, I'm going to take 2 damage.
All right. And I will trigger... Draw card.
I'm then going to Surveil 2. I said 2, deck. We'll put this Evolving Wilds into my graveyard and this back on top. Then we're going to draw for turn. Oh, what's that? It's Extravagant Replications music. At the beginning of my upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent I control.
That triggers this, right?
Yes.
Sure does.
Pick one.
I will.
18.
I'm then going to play Temple of Enlightenment to scry 1.
If you want to further ingratiate yourself as being not a threat, just run your commander into something. Just attack Bill.
That does make sense. I'm going to leave that on top.
I got nothing.
All right. Then I'm going to leave white up and tap 2 for Mind Stone. Oh, I passed.
Actually, I would like for you to take 1 damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, non-creature spell.
Right.
I would have gotten away with it too if I could have cheated harder. Pass.
I feel like I've attacked once.
All right, I'm going to untap. During my upkeep, I will take 2 from Mogus.
Hooray.
And I will also draw a card. Thank you. I think I'm just going to move directly to my Declare Attacker's step.
Oh, no.
And click through.
By
in your
accident.
end step.
Yes, I'm going to F8, which is unfortunate, but
Can't
no.
say that on TV.
I'm going to attack. Jan's at 39.
I am.
And he has the most amount of things that bother me right now. Yeah, I'm going to attack Jan with a bunch of stuff.
Holy.
With, in fact, everything.
Trigger?
So, trigger, Demolisher, Spawn. All of my other attacking creatures get +4/+4. So this is a 7/7 with Trample. These are 5/5s with Flying and Death Touch. There's 4 of them. This is a 6/6 with Flying and Death Touch. This is a 6/9 with Death Touch. And whenever Winter attacks, I mill 3 cards. This is a 5/5. This is a 5/5. This is a 5/5.
Well, folks, while we figure this combat out, subscribe.
We also have a winter trigger that happens right now.
Yeah, so winter trigger, I will mill 3 cards. That'll be a forest, a grizzly salvage, and a swamp.
Okay, so because I'm not pushing all my stuff over there to block, Mogus is going to block the this thing.
Yes.
We're going to have Brash Taunter block Winter. Gleeful Arsonist is going to block the insect, and Valgavoth is going to block the
Haywire Mite?
Haywire Mite. Okay. So before damage, I'm going to pay green and sacrifice Haywire Mite to exile your Lightning Greaves.
My Lightning Greaves.
And then when Haywire Mite dies, I gain 2 life.
Go to 38.
Oh no.
And then damage happens.
Damage happens. I will go to 6.
33 damage.
And we're triggering Brash Taunter as well.
Triggering Brash Taunter, so you can take another 6.
I go to 32.
And then Gleeful Arsonist is going to die, but it has Undying, so we'll come back with a counter.
Okay.
My insect dies, my Demolisher Spawn dies. Finality counter means it's exiled.
I don't think the insect dies because it was blocked by Gleeful Arsonist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 5/5. Gleeful Arsonist is
No problem. Yep.
Most combat main.
Post-combat main phase. I'm going to, in my post-combat main phase, I'm going to plus Grist to make an insect and mill a card. If it's an insect, I repeat it, it is a Mind Stone, not an insect.
Mind Stone's pretty cool.
Minstone.
Then I'm going to move to the end of my turn. Winter is going to trigger. So off of Winter, I'm going to exile Mind Stone, Grizzly Salvage, Night's Whisper, and Ishkana as artifact, instant, sorcery creature. And I'm going to put Ishkana back into play. I do still have Delirium, so I will also be making 3 spiders.
Oh, now he's got tons of blockers.
Yeah.
Can't attack him for 20.
Yeah! Pass.
Okay. I'm going to untap.
Quick, Jim, attack him for 20.
I believe I've got an upkeep Mogus trigger.
Yep.
33.
33. Another counter here.
Just moving my cards.
Doing it.
over.
And I will draw a card for my turn. Playing this island, and that's going to trigger Zimone. I will manifest Dread.
Oh.
We're going to go Quandrix Campus to the graveyard, and we'll manifest. What I'm about to do is so gross. It's like actually probably even grosser than what I did last turn. We're going to play another new
His
one.
poker face.
Yeah, I'm going to play another new one. Let's see. Let's go 5.
5.
And I'm going to cast They Came From the Pipes.
What?
I don't know whose pipes or who they are.
Mario?
They came out of the pipes.
This is a new one. It's an enchantment. 5 mana. When They Came From the Pipes enters, when they come,
when they enter.
When they come from the pipes.
manifest Dread twice.
Oh.
Whenever a face-down creature I control enters, draw a card.
Jim, real quick, I think you tapped 6 there.
Yeah, Temple of the False
Yeah,
God.
I did. Okay, I'm going to untap Castle Mantras.
Jim, also, because you mistapped, I would like for you to take 2 damage. Because it's a
Non-creature spell.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
an enchantment.
I'll take 2.
Yep.
Okay, can I manifest Dread twice?
You can.
Thank
Do
you.
your best.
We're going to manifest this one with Thornwood Falls going to the graveyard. That's my first manifest dread. My second manifest dread, I'm going to put this one into play and a forest to the graveyard.
You've been consistently
And then you
binning lands.
Draw 2 cards.
Now I draw 2 cards.
I swear to God, if he's like, oh, I'll play a Cultivate and just spews a bunch of lands onto the battlefield and starts flipping things up.
He's going to play. No,
Sorry, what is it that you wanted me to do? I mean, I'll tap 4.
Oh, it's got to be Explosive Veg.
I'll cast Explosive Vegetation.
It's 2.
That's a non-creature spell, so I'll take another 2.
Yeah.
And I'm going to look for 2 lands. Okay, so off the Explosive Vegetation here, I'm going to put an island and a forest into play. That will trigger Zimone's landfall twice, and I will turn 2 of my manifested permanents face up. The first one is Wilderness Reclamation. That's going to allow me to untap all of my lands in my end step. The second one that I'm going to turn face up is a new one. It's called Kian Corrupted Memory. This is a 2/2 illusion. As long as its power is even, I can cast non-creature spells as though they had flash.
Oh, that's cool.
As long as its power is odd, I can cast creature spells as though they had flash.
Hang on. It's better.
And whenever I draw a card, I put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Oh.
Well, I guess.
Tap
is a lot
the
more
rest of your
than
lands to Mossword Bridge now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I only have to tap 1.
Yeah.
So I am going to activate Mossword Bridge.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You might be wondering why I manifested Dread so many lands to my graveyard. It's because this is Multani, Yapamaya's avatar. It's got Reach and Trample, and it gets +1/+1 for each land I control and each land card in my graveyard. Multani's power and toughness right now is 14. 14 each.
How big is your beanstalk giant?
Beanstalk Giant is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. I think I'm going to move to combat.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually going to move right through combat, and I'm going to pass the turn.
Sounds good.
All right.
End step, my Wilderness Reclamation triggers, and I'm going to untap all my lands.
And you can cast creature spells as though they have flash currently?
Non-creatures at the moment.
Non-creatures.
Because it's
Non-creatures.
even, it's a 2-2.
I'm going to untap. My upkeep, my Theater of Horrors, is going to get me a Nightshade Harvester. Damn, this is going to be good like 4 turns ago. Whenever a land an opponent controls enters, that player loses 1 life. Put a 1/1 counter on Nightshade Harvester.
Yeah, that would have been really good.
All right, land for turn, I will play this Shadowblood Ridge. Then I will cast my Bastion of Remembrance.
Oh, my good friend
making
Sebastian.
a 1/1 human soldier. Whenever a creature I control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and I gain 1. It'll hopefully keep me around a little bit longer. You know, we're just going to double up on all the effects. I'll play this Falcon Wrath Noble. So flying, whenever Falcon Wrath Noble or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and I gain 2. And I believe, as much as I'd love to attack someone, I think I just have to pass.
Okie dokie.
So, there you go.
I'm going to untap.
Nope, only on my end step.
Oh, no, your end step. Oh, I thought it was every end step.
Yeah.
Okay.
Upkeep, though.
Yes, upkeep. I'll take 2, go to 15. I'm going to stack my triggers such that extravagant replication is going to resolve after Aminatou's stuff does.
Okay.
I'm going to surveil 2. Oh, I have to target a non-land permanent when this goes on the stack, so I will target Arcane Signet.
Okay.
I'm going to put them back on top like that. Then I'm going to make a copy of Arcane Signet. Then I'm going to move to draw my card for the turn. Oh my gosh, it's an enchantment.
Oh,
Archetype of Imagination. So
flies now.
using its
My bugs.
using its miracle cost, I will cast Archetype of Imagination to have the only flyers, the flyers that are only for me.
Sure.
Oh, that's actually really good for me.
Yes, yes. You're welcome. Please don't kill
All
me.
right. I'm in for this.
I'm then going to tap my copied Arcane Signet to crack my Mind Stone to draw a card. I'll pass.
At the end of your turn,
Uh-oh.
I'm going to be taking 2 damage from this, but I'm going to cast this Grapple with the Past. So I'll go to 30, mill 3 cards, and then return a creature or land from my graveyard to my hand. That is Harmonize, Moldgraph Millipede,
Another insect.
and Putrefy.
Actually, a surprising amount of insects in this deck.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm just returning the Swamp.
Oh, that's bold.
Just putting a land back in my hand, and then I'll move to my untap step. All my permanents are untapped. I will move to combat. I will actually. I'm going to sacrifice the Stitcher's Supplier to the trigger and mill 3 cards. That'll be Old Stick Fingers, Rendmaw Creaking Nest, and Whisper Silk Cloak.
Okay.
Very good. Then I will draw a card. I'm going to play this Terramorphic Expanse as my land for the turn, and then I'm just going to tap 6 mana. Tap 6 mana here. I'm going to cast Dead Bridge Chant.
It's a good card.
So when it enters, yes, I take 2 damage. Go to 28. Then when it enters, I'm going to mill 10 cards. That is a Gnarlwood Dryad, Harrow, Soul Ring, Tranquil Thicket, Wren and 7, Command Tower, Giant Adaphage, Obsessive Skinner, Temple of the False God, and Binding the Old Gods.
Is that why they're in the temple?
Yeah.
Maybe.
They've been bound.
Yes.
I didn't think of that before.
Their safe word is Kumquat.
Yeah.
This also has, at the beginning of my upkeep, I choose a card at random in my graveyard. If it's a creature card, it goes in the battlefield. Otherwise, it goes into my hand. I'm then going to activate Grist. I'm going to activate his ultimate ability.
Oh. What does that do?
Each opponent loses life equal to the number of creature cards in my graveyard.
That is much many.
So that is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This kills the Jan.
I might have effects then.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to, in my final act of the endless punishment, I would like to activate Brash Taunter to fight Moltagi.
Okay. Successfully fought.
Correct. And I will deal 14 damage to Bill.
Go to 14.
Ooh, on the way out the door.
So I go to 14, and everybody else loses 10 life.
10. Okay, so I go to 19. Alex goes to 5. And Jan goes to died. Correct.
Jan goes to Dodd. Then I'll move to combat. I'm just going to attack... I'm going to attack Alex with Winter. Trigger, mill 3 cards. Forest, Talisman of Resilience, Swamp.
That's it, just winter?
Just winter.
Take 2?
Yep.
Go to 3?
Go to 3.
Then I'll move to the end of my turn. Winter will trigger.
I've got a response.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. I'm just doing it in your end step.
Okay.
I would like to tap 4 to activate Castle Vantress. Scratch you.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm going to put 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom.
Okay.
Then I can't cast creature cards at instant speed at the moment, unfortunately, but I can cast Scroll of Fate, which will then allow me to manifest the top card of my library.
Which then draws you a card?
It then draws me a card,
Which now lets you
which
cast creature
triggers
spells.
Kian.
Instant speed.
Put a counter on Kian. Now I can cast creatures at instant speed. And that's all I got
All right.
in your end step.
Yes. So winter trigger.
Yep.
So off of winter, I'm going to exile Haywire Might, artifact, creature, Viridescent Bog, land, and Binding of the Old Gods, enchantment. I'm going to put Binding the Old Gods.
Ooh.
That will trigger destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls, Multani.
Multani.
Yes. So it's at chapter 1. It also has a finality counter on it.
Sure.
Then that's the last of my end step.
Do I want
It
to
is the last of your end steps.
Do I want to activate Multani? It returns lands to my hand that I can replay them later.
Yes.
Smart, Jim.
powerful.
Smart. I'm going to tap to activate Multani. I will return Mosswork Bridge and a Forest to my hand to return Multani from my graveyard to my hand. Then I'm going to untap, and I don't believe I have any upkeep triggers.
Mogus is gone, so.
Mogus is gone,
Mogus is
so I'm
gone.
just going to draw a card for my turn.
Wow.
I don't even know what to do right now.
Just win the game.
Yeah, I know I'm going to. Okay. And when I draw my card for turn, I put a counter on Kian. Then I'm going to play Mosswork Bridge as my land for turn. I'm going to have 2 triggers. One's from Zimone, one's from Mosswork Bridge. I'm going to resolve Mosswork Bridge first. I'm going to hide away this card and put these ones on the bottom. Then we've got a Zimone trigger, and I'm going to manifest Dread. I'll manifest that card and put Biomass Mutation into my graveyard. Now I'm going to attack. Now I'm going to tap 7. This is 1, 2, 3 green, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to cast Azuri's Predation.
Oh no.
For each creature my opponents control, create a 4/4 green Phyrexian Beast creature token. Each one of those tokens fights a different one of those creatures. How many creatures do you all collectively have?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
1,
12.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
It's 12 for Bill and 2 for Alex.
Yes. But then you lose 6 of them because these all have Death Touch.
Yes. So I'm going to make 14 Phyrexian Beasts, and each one of them will fight each one of your creatures.
Okay.
So I think right off the top I lose a bunch because of Death Touch.
Yeah, these 6 creatures have Death Touch, so you lose 6 of them.
Lose 6 right off the top.
Ishkana does not die, but everything else does.
Yeah.
Because Ishkana's a 3/5.
Okay. So what's our blocker situation going on right now?
None.
It's a 3/1.
3/1.
A 3/1.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll put her up here.
Okay, I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to be a little conservative with this. This can't attack. I'm going to attack Alex with my manifested creatures and Zimone. And I'm going to attack Bill with the rest.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is a 10-10, a 12-12, and a 4-4 coming at Bill.
And what's coming at me?
And we've got a 3-3, a 2-2, and a 2-2.
So 7.
Yes.
Are we moving to blocks?
Yeah.
Okay, I will block the 12/12 and take exactly my life total.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, what
Settle
about
the wreckage.
Settle the wreckage would be funny, but this is 5 mana.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Ink Shield.
Ink Shield?
Oh my god.
So off of Ink Shield, I will make 7 Inklings.
Okay, well, I die.
That only prevents damage to Alex?
Yes.
Yeah, prevent all combat damage to be dealt to me this turn.
Bill dead with the assist from Jan.
Yeah, I did.
Now the real question is can I do anything about this?
You've got Inklings. They've got flying, right?
They do. But you're at 19.
I'm at 19.
Not 14. Really needed you to attack me with one of the bigger ones, but oh well.
Yeah, this is fine, I think.
Yeah, I think you still probably got me unless I have a heck of a top deck.
Okay, and then I'm going to pass the turn. I will discard to hand size, and I've got a Wilderness Reclamation trigger.
Okie dokie.
So I will untap all of my lands. Let me just clean up my board a bit here.
All right, we're going to untap.
I have a stop in your upkeep.
In my upkeep, I'll trigger Extravagant Replication targeting Arcane Signet.
Okay, I will respond to that. I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To flash in Sandworm Convergence. Creatures with flying can't attack.
Okay. I'm going to continue with my upkeep.
Yes, very good.
I'm going to make an Arcane Signet.
Uh-huh.
I'm draw a card. Terminus? It's not. It would have been funny if it was. And then I'll die on my next turn.
There's still so many beasts. It's just-
Oh, actually, you know what? I've got Read the Bones. I'll read the bones. I mean, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah, go to 1.
Go to 1.
Yeah. I'll go to 1, play Underground Rivers land for turn, tap these 3. These 3? Yeah, these 3. No. There we go. Tap those 3. Read the bones, scry 2, then draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. We'll see if there's any outs here. I'll put this one on the bottom. Draw 2. Go to 1. Well, I'm 1 mana short of 1 with the multiverse, so at this point, I'll concede the game.
Yeah, just so that folks know that I did indeed have it, I would have just Scroll of Fated to manifest my Multani, and then turn it face up with Zimone on my turn and attack with it.
Yeah.
Well, even then, like, if you had done it with the extra thing,
Yeah.
when he attacked with the Inklings, you just flashed in Multani with Reach.
Yeah.
Blocked it,
Yeah,
take
exactly.
less.
I went for the fun play on my last turn by playing the Deadbridge Champ. If I had done what I initially was going to do, that last turn of yours where you attacked was going to be really funny because Alex had Ink Shield and I had Arachnogenesis. Just blank combat, get a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, get a bunch of dudes. Your reachers block my
Yeah, it's
flyers.
perfect.
Amazing.
Alex was 1 non-creature spell short of me being able to kill him with Brash Taunter in response to
Yep.
Yeah, true.
really funny.
Yeah.
15. Yeah.
No, that was a good game. I feel like these precons came together and gelled pretty well.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
I feel like everything, like the miracles in general have always been like awkward to play.
Yeah.
But I think other than that, everything kind of did what it wanted to do. Like I wasn't sitting here being like, there's no cards in my hand that play to this strategy. They all worked.
Yeah.
That being said, I think having like played all of them and seen them, Valgavoth is by far the most bland commander.
Just like
He's
straightforward.
just very straightforward, very like no nonsense. Like you want people to lose life on their turn, you're gonna make a big draw cards.
Whereas you drew a lot of cards.
I drew a lot of cards.
kind of like the de facto group slug, I think.
Yeah.
So like it was consistent, and like the Theater of Horrors was a fun card. And,
Yeah.
and there's lots of cool cards in the deck, but I wasn't doing anything as like, oh yeah,
flashy.
son, as like whatever else had going on.
Yeah, Jim's turns were not so butts.
Well, later on they were.
Yeah.
Earlier, like Alex taketh and Alex giveth, I guess, is the theme of this one. Because on my turn 4, Alex like hard time walked me. I missed my land drop and I cast the Trigon Predator, and then Alex bounced it to my hand, and I'm just like, oh, my heart just dropped. And then he board wiped, and then I'm like, oh, now we're like back at parity, and I can ramp a little bit. It bought me like at least 3 more turns to get back in the game.
Yeah, the one thing I will say about this deck is I really like the mechanic. Normally, I don't like when your payoff and your setup are on the same card, but I actually think in specifically this deck, this works really well.
Yep.
Being able to both set up and pay off on the same card in this instance feels good because I don't know that there's going to be a super huge density of big mana enchantments that are going to allow you to also develop the rest of your board state. So I think this is a fairly well-balanced commander. The thing I really appreciated about it, though, was the variety of options that I had at my fingertips. I had a lot of draw. I had a lot of effects that play to the board. I think, especially once the main set comes out and we start seeing rooms get shuffled into this, because obviously they're got just such high mana costs almost across the board. I think it's going to be a really fun tune engine.
For a discount of 4, like I can't think of many like 6+ enchantments I'd really be wanting to run a lot of. A lot of them you're just gonna be like, it's whatever.
I
the
can
color
think of a
pick
lot.
is.
Sigil of the Empty Throne.
Nation, the Mind Cave, baby.
Well, the other thing about it is since it's only on your first draw, you don't consistently get it. So there is a risk by having
Too much of a
your mana
density.
value up there.
But honestly, I thought Bill's deck, so Delirium is a challenging deck to build
Yes.
because you have to have like a really good mix of card types. And I think that this deck manages that really well.
Surprisingly,
Like you had Delirium as soon as it was online for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And
Like-
you also exiled 12 cards from your library and still had Delirium.
Yeah.
Yep. I was able to consistently have at least 4 card types. Winter being worded this way specifically, I obviously didn't anticipate it at the beginning of the game because I did play it wrong the first time.
Yeah.
But being able to say I have 2 things that have 2 card types, exile those 2, put one of them into play at the end of my turn. That's crazy good.
Yeah.
Like even at the very bare minimum, if you don't have something big and flashy, you can just put a land into play because it's just permanent.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like enchantment creatures.
Yes,
Like,
enchantment creatures, artifact creatures.
artifact
There was
creatures,
the
Kindred
tree of-
enchantment.
there was the Tree of Tales, artifact land.
Yeah.
Like there's I don't think I can say that yet, but there are some cards that I think will go really nicely
Yes.
into this deck.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually like maybe one of the most cohesive graveyard strategies I've ever played.
That's pretty sick.
like out of the box.
Out of the box,
for
like
sure.
it is just a very competent graveyard deck immediately, and that's super
Yeah.
cool.
Well, if you want to be super cool, you can head down to your local game store and you can pick up Gamegenic products. We just want to also thank our sponsor for this episode, Wizards of the Coast. They told us that what they wanted to see from you was likes, comments. They didn't say subscriptions, but do that anyway, please. Please, you're going to watch this one.
While you're doing it.
While you're in
You
there,
know?
the subscribe button's right next to the like button.
Yeah.
You just like hit it on the way.
You just hit it on the way. But you can also share this with your friends. We'd really appreciate it. You're going to see a link down below where you can find Duskmourn products or your LGS. If you don't have an LGS nearby, inside that link is some help to get this stuff to you. We also want to thank all the folks that you're going to be seeing around us, down below us, off to the sides of us. Those are our patrons. Those are the folks that keep the lights on around here. And if you want to join their illustrious ranks, you can click on the link that says patreon.com/thespikefeeders, where for as little as $1 per month, you can help me be lit up. Because if I wasn't lit up, you couldn't see me. And if you couldn't see me, you just hear this voice from the void. And that's almost as scary as anything in this set. We also just want to say thanks so much for watching, and we hope you have a great day.